Raider me this, Raider me that. Who's going to take another group of first-timers through the raid and try not to curse all their asses out? Yes, I'm going to attempt to do it all over again because I know there are people out there who have not completed the Spire of Stars. And I plan on trying to take as many people as possible through it if I can. And no, the YouTube order can't come along because he can go fuck himself. So for the 3 people that still play this game, you might be aware that next week Bungie's rolling out an update that gives us our prestige raid layers. You know, the one that had a fucking raid layer that came out from December during Curse of Osiris that still hasn't received a fucking prestige up there. Ah, whatever, man. We're gonna get that shit in fucking July. Can you believe that shit? December to fucking July. Eh, look, in any event, before the prestige raid layers go live, I figured let me take a few people through the normal Spire of Stars to at least get their first completion. So, here are the details, and then we can get into the specifics afterwards. Friday the 13th, I actually have off from work. Oh, man, thank fuck for summer Fridays. Oh, man, you have no idea how nice it is to just take a random Friday off every now and then. But anyways, Friday, I will be off, and as soon as I'm awake, I'm going to be online, probably like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. or so. I will run the raid with whoever's available at that time. And I'll be playing till around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's say 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe 11 a.m., all the way up to 5 p.m. Now, I know that's an odd time. It's the middle of a weekday, but you know what? Fuck it. School is over. People can call out sick or some shit on a fucking Friday. Take a vacation if that's your only chance to get into the Spires. This is your opportunity. Normally, I would do this shit on a Saturday, but I have shit to do this weekend, so I don't have the time before the Prestige layer comes out to take some people through the motherfucker. I'm taking with me whoever's online at the time, whether you're in the clan, you're on my friends list, you like to get on my friends list, whatever the case is, but I'd like to take some people through their first time. I've also left a link to the clan over on Bungie's website for those of you who are interested in joining Prestige Gamers. I think we're up to like, what, 88 members or some shit like that. So there's like 12 spots left for anyone that wants to join through the clan page in the game. Now, before we jump into the motherfucker, there are some requirements on your part because I can't carry too many underlevel people through this shit. You want to be at least 370 power, preferably 380. Anything lower than 370 means you're going to get your shit stomped in almost every single encounter. By 370, shit gets a lot easier, and by 380, 385 means you're going to be doing maximum damage and taking less damage, of course. After the level requirements, you want to at least have with you some decent weapons. The Darcy sniper rifle is amazing for this encounter. Sleeper is pretty damn good for damage. Tron tractor cannon can help if somebody really has the balls to actually use it. The Ikelos or Escalation Protocol sniper is fantastic. A shotgun is amazing, but I don't think people will get the boss down fast enough to do it with a shotgun. You have to know what you're doing during the boss fight. I don't think I'm going to be able to take a group of first-timers. We can also try to maybe Wardcliff coil him to death. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos on that, but you get a whole bunch of warlocks. Everyone has to be 385. You know the fight well enough, and then you try and kill him off. I don't think we'll be able to Wardcliff coil him, but I do think we'll be able to Darcy him down because that's a pretty damn good gun at this point. So, if you're interested, then you still need to do just a little bit of homework. Not a lot, just a little bit. At least watch a video on what the fight looks like. I don't need you to be an expert because that's going to be my responsibility during the raid, but I do need you to know your foot from your ass. You can't come into this shit completely blind. You at least have to know something. And just to be very clear about this, because last time I rolled this out and I took a first timer through their raid, one of my subscribers sent his fucking parents to me. Yes, his fucking parents. And I think this was the story I told you guys about the dad that was just absolutely horrendous at the fucking raid. But the funny thing is, his mom could hold her own. So I'm not doing that shit again. That motherfucker couldn't shoot arrows in the gauntlet on the first fucking challenge. And in Argos, he couldn't find someone standing right in front of him. So this shit ain't happening this time around. If they try and join my party, no, not happening. I want people that can at least try to beat some portion of the raid. You have to know how to jump. You have to know how to run, and you have to know how to shoot fucking things in the face, because this raid leaves people out on an island. You have to be able to handle yourself on solo parts, because there are quite a few positions which are normally fucking annoying to hold on your own. Normally, I take the right plate during the boss fight, because usually that's the hardest plate to hold down, and I like how the enemies spawn and shit like that, so I'm pretty good at that side. But to lead this motherfucker, to quarterback this shit, I have to play in the middle. I don't like being the floater, but there's no question that I have to be a floater to make sure that all 5 of the other motherfuckers can get through this shit. So everything up to the boss is pretty easy. There's nothing too complicated about the start of the raid, the jumping puzzle, or even phase 1 of the boss. Phase 2, though, that's the challenge. And that's because there are so many steps involved in getting that motherfucker open to damage. We're going to be doing the hokey pokey, getting the damage phase, and then hopefully people can shoot his fucking weak spot. But we'll find out about this shit on Friday. Not going to stream this. Don't feel like putting this shit on the internet. We're essentially just going to get through with whatever 5 people. If we do it quickly, I'll take another 5 people right after that. Now, when it comes to Destiny, I took a nice little mini break from the game over the past couple of weeks. Although I did some of this necessary grinding every now and then. I did my Iron Banner shit and I got all the ornaments. Then I did the second faction rally and I got my Sunshot Masterwork. In between that though, I've been making parks left and right with Jurassic World Evolution. And while Iron Banner's running this week, there is absolutely nothing I need from that motherfucker. So I am not playing that shit at all this week. Fuck that bullshit, man. But starting on the 15th, Bungie had laid out a bit of a roadmap for the summer, starting with these Prestige Raid layers, which I'm certainly going to play. If there are people out there who want to play them, or people that I'm already bringing through this Spire of Stars that now want to try to play this, cool. The more the merrier. If you know how to run the raids and we can do it quickly, absolutely. We can run through those shits and kick the fuck out of them. I'll most likely LFG my raid layers for the most part, but in all honesty, I prefer to play with friends and clanmates and subscribers and people that I trust. The more people that I get into raids with, the more people I'll play with in other activities once they become active. Now, come July 31st, Bungie's going to have this whole Solstice of Heroes bullshit, which basically sounds like they're reskinning content and have us run shit that we've been playing the past couple of months. They do that shit all the time. Oh, here's a new event. We're going to have you run all the old shit for no fucking reason other than the fact we don't got no goddamn content, man. That's like, fuck this, man. I'm just going to come back, collect more shit, and keep running those prestige layers because I think they're going to have 400 level gear, whatever the fuck it is. Now, all of this is in preparation for the Forsaken DLC, and I previously said this in the past, but it looks decent. It's Taken King level content, and hopefully it comes with the improvements that Bungie should have given us during the course of the year, but you know what? That remains to be seen. Of course, what irks the fuck out of people, including myself, is their resistance to give out information as to what's in that additional annual pass bullshit. I want to know what the additional content in there is worth, as opposed to just telling us, oh, here's some events, here's what you're going to do, but we're going to keep it nice and vague, because a lot of that shit sounds like free stuff we got in the past, but that's a rant for another day. For now, the people who are interested in Forsaken and plan to raid in Forsaken, getting into raids with me now, will certainly help you get into raids with me in the future. And to be quite honest, I don't know how many of my friends will be returning for Forsaken, and I have a feeling a lot of people won't be doing so. And you know what? Rightfully so. People are pissed at Bungie, and they're tired of Destiny constantly fucking up. So I wouldn't blame someone one iota for saying fuck it to this DLC, even though it finally has the content and changes that we've been asking for. 1 fucking year later, but it finally has all the content that we've been asking for. It's just infuriating that obviously we need to pay $180 for the fucking Destiny 2 beta to finally end. Seriously, man, this game's turning into fucking Star Citizen type scam in this motherfucker. Both are forever stuck in development phases, waiting for the full release of the game while asking for more money. Anyway, man, down the road, we'll see how many people are still playing Destiny, if they're still playing Forsaken. But for now, details on Friday. I'm going to be playing starting either 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's basically whenever the fuck I wake up. I want to sleep in. I don't want to wake up early for this shit. And then I actually have to go somewhere at 5 p.m. So that will be my end timer. We have to get everything done before 5 p.m. If you're online, you're on my friends list, you're on the clan page, whatever the case is, if you're interested, you can either send me a message on PSN that day, send me the message, join me in orbit. I don't give a fuck. Essentially, I want to take as many first-timers as I can through the Spire of Stars. Make sure you have the right level requirements, make sure you have some decent weapons, and then I'll be able to walk you through all that shit. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit, and I'll see you guys on Friday when I kick the fuck out of Spire of Stars.